welcome students. Today we discuss the topic is state level institutions. Okay, state level institutions. So already we discussed the topic ma. So state level institutions. So state level institutions அப்படிங்கும்போது நமக்கு எதெல்லாம் வரும் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா finance corporations, okay, state financial corporations and state industrial development corporations, okay. So there are two institutions are there ma. So first one, okay. So first one is state financial corporations. State financial corporations. So state financial corporation அப்படிங்கும்போது நமக்கு என்னலாம் வரும் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா first வந்து the government of India passed in 1951. Okay, so 1951 the state financial corporations and Act SFCS were set up in many states. Okay, set up in many states. So the SFCS are mainly intended for the development of small and medium development of industrial units. Okay, industrial units are development of the small and medium developments. Okay, so the respective states, however in some cases they extend to the neighboring states as well. The SFCS provide loans and underwriting assistance to industrial units having paid up capital and reserves. Okay, underwriting assistance, so provide loans and underwriting assistance to industrial units having paid up capital. Okay, amma? So paid up capital and reserves. So not exceeding rupees 1 crore. So 1 crore ke exceed agudalma. So rupees paid up capital and reserves not to be exceeding 1 crore. So the maximum amount that can be sanctioned to an industrial concern SFCS is rupees 60 lakhs. Rupees 60 lakhs. So இது வந்து நமக்கு என்னதுமா sanction பண்ணக்கூடிய amount, maximum amount. Okay, maximum sanction SFC வந்து rupees 60 lakhs நமக்கு கொடுப்பாங்க. So the SFCS depends upon the IDBI for refinance in respect of the term loans granted by them. Okay, apart from these SFCS can also make temporary borrowings. Okay, temporary borrowings from the RBI and borrowing from IDBI and by the sale of bonds. That's all. Okay, so இதுதான் நமக்கு state level institutions. Then second one என்ன அப்படினு பார்த்தோம் அப்படினா state industrial development corporation. Second one is a state industrial development corporations. So SIPCO அப்படினு சொல்லுவாங்க. Okay, SIPCO. The industrial development corporations have been set up by the state government. Okay, and wholly owned by them. These institutions are not merely financing agencies. They are entrusted with the responsibility of accelerating the industrialization of their state. So SIPCO provide financial assistance to industrial concerns. Financial assistance financial assistance to industrial industrial concerns. Okay, by the way of loans, guarantees, and underwriting of or direct subscriptions to shares and debentures. Direct subscriptions to shares and debentures. Okay, Amma? That's all. So, in addition of these, undertaking various promotional activities, then such as conducting techno-economic services, surveys, projects, and identification, preparation of feasibility studies, and the selection and the training of entrepreneurs. Okay, so what are they, Ma? First one, undertake various techno-economic economic surveys. Okay, then second one is a project identification. Project identification. Then third one is a preparation of feasibility, feasibility studies and studies and selection and training of entrepreneurs and training of entrepreneurs. Okay, so they also promote the joint sector product in association with private promoter in such type of project. So SIPCOs take 26%, private promoter takes 25%. So SIPCO takes வந்து எவ்வளவு 26%. So private வந்து நமக்கு எவ்வளவு undertake பண்ணிருக்காங்கமா private co-promoter 25%. Okay, so the equity and the rest offer to the industry public. So SIPCOs undertake the development of industrial areas by providing all industrial facilities and initiation of new growth sectors. So they also promote advising the various state government incentive schemes. So SIPCO refined the facilities from IDBI. They also borrow the bonds and accept deposits. That's all. So நம்மளுக்கு அப்ப bonds and deposits ரெண்டையுமே என்ன செய்றாங்க accept பண்றாங்க. That's all. Then next one is monetary policy. Monetary policy. Okay. So what do you mean by monetary policy? The monetary policy is the macroeconomic policy. The economic policy ma macroeconomic policy. Macroeconomic policy. So being laid down the central bank towards the management of money supply and interest rate. In the bank was central bank. Okay, so central bank towards the management of money. Management of money and supply and interest rate. Supply and interest rate. That's all. So at the demand side, the economic policy moves to the government of country to achieve macroeconomic objectives like objectives என்னெல்லாம் வரும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா inflation, then consumption, then growth and liquidity. Growth and liquidity. So the monetary policy gained the significance after the World War II thanks of the initiation made by the Milton Friedman, who is associated with the doctrine of monetarism. So இவர்தான் நமக்கு என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்க doctrine monetarism and who will receive Nobel Prize பண்றது இவங்கதான். So monetarism, okay, monetarism, and they received the Nobel Prize in 1976. So he boldly announced in the books. So bold என்ன செஞ்சிருக்காங்க announce பண்ணிருக்காங்க. So இப்போ announce பண்ணிருக்காங்க boldly announced in the book monetary history. Okay amma, so monetary history of the United States 1867 to 1960. Okay, 1867 to 1960. So that the great depression of the 1930s war largely the outcome of the bungling monetary policies of the Federal Reserve System. That's all. Okay. Then next one is a monetary policy, expansionary versus contractionary. Next heading, monetary policy, expansionary versus contractionary. Okay, so the expansionary policy is a cheap money policy. Expansionary policy na namukku enna solroma, cheap money policy. Okay, expansionary policy அப்படினா நாம என்ன சொல்லுவோம், cheap money policy. When the monetary authority uses the tools, monetary authority uses the tools to stimulate the economy. And expansionary policy maintains the short-term interest rates at a lower than usual rate, or increases the total supply of money. Okay, increases the total supply of money. That's all. Okay amma, so in the economy more rapidly than usual. Then it is traditionally used to try to combat unemployment by lowering interest. Okay amma, so unemployment by lowering interest rates that about that less expensive credit. That's all. So will enhance the business into expandant. This increases aggregative demand, the overall demand for all goods and services in the economy. So which boosts the short-term growth as measured by the gross domestic product at the growth. Okay, so அப்ப நமக்கு என்ன ஆகும், நம்மளோட growth வந்து short term growth as measured by the growth domestic product ஓட growth ஓட நம்ம கம்பேர் பண்ணும்போது நமக்கு increase ஆகும். Okay, then contractionary monetary policy. Next one is a contractionary monetary policy. So contractionary monetary policy is your money policy which maintains short-term interest rates. Okay, short-term interest rate of growth in the money supply. supply, then it's a usual or which slows the rate of growth. Usual or slows the rate of growth. Slower growth, right? Okay, growth வந்து ரொம்ப slower. Okay. Then in the money supply or even shrinks it. So this slows short-term economic growth and lessens inflation. Okay, short-term economic growth, and lessens the inflation. Okay, so the contractionary monetary policy can lead to increased unemployment and depressed borrowing and spending. Okay, increased unemployment and depressed borrowing and spending by consumers and business. Okay, so which can eventually result in economic recession if implemented too vigorously. That's all. There are two phases of monetary policy. First, inflation, recession. So, அதில என்னலாம் அப்படின ஒரு simplify பண்ணி கொடுத்திருக்காங்க பாருங்க. Simple format. So, inflation, first one. Okay, so borrowing is easy. Then second one, consumers buy more. Okay, then third one, business expand. Then fourth one is more people are employed. Then fifth one, people spend more. That's all. So இது எல்லாமே நமக்கு எதுனா cheap money policy மா. Cheap money policy. Okay, that's all. Next பார்த்தேனா recession. Recession ku first one, borrowing is difficult. Then second one, consumers buy less. Okay, then third one, business postpone expansion. Okay, then fourth one, unemployment increases. Then fifth one is production is reduced. So in the 5 நமக்கு எதுல வந்துரும் அப்படினா dear money policy ல வந்துரும். Okay, dear money policy ல வந்துரும். Okay, so next பாத்தீங்க அப்படினா objectives of monetary policies. What are the objectives? Okay அம்மா, objectives of monetary policy. So என்னென்ன objectives அப்படினு பாத்தீங்க அப்படினா the monetary policy is developed economics has to serve the function of stabilization and maintaining proper equilibrium in economic system. Okay, serve the function of stabilization and maintaining proper equilibrium in the economic system. So, but in the case undeveloped countries, monetary policy has to be more dynamic. Okay, more dynamic as a meet requirements of an expanding economy by creating suitable conditions. For economic progress. It is now widely recognized that monetary policy can be powerful tool of economic transaction. So, நம்மளுக்கு வந்து monetary policy specific objectives are given. What are they? First one, specific. Okay, specific objectives of monetary policy. The first one is neutrality of money. Then second one is the stability of exchange rate. Then third one is price stability. Then fourth one is full employment. Then fifth one is economic growth. Then sixth one is equilibrium in the balance of payments. Okay, balance of payments. Okay, next there are brief explanation பண்றோமா. So first one is neutrality of money. So the economics likes Wicksteed, Haycock and Robertson are the chief exponents of neutral money. யாரெல்லாம் நமக்கு Wicksteed, then Hayek and Robertson. So the three first chief exponents இவங்கலாம் வந்து எதுக்கு அப்படினா neutral moneyக்கு வந்து chief. Neutral money. Okay, so they hold the view that monetary authority should aim for neutrality money in the economy. So monetary authority தான் இதோட monetary authority. Okay, so the monetary changes could be the root cause of all economic fluctuations. So root cause of all economic fluctuations. According to Neutralist, the monetary change causes distortion and dispersance in the proper operation in the economic system. Okay, monetary change causes. Monetary change causes. So the என்னென்ன causes distortion and disturbance in the proper operation. In the economic system. That's all. Then second one is exchange rate stability. Exchange rate stability exchange rate stability was the traditional objective of monetary authority. Okay, traditional objective of monetary authority. So under gold standard among the different countries, under gold standard, exchange rate, gold standard is so whether the disequilibrium balance of payment of the country, it is automatically corrected by answer. It was popularly known as expand currency and credit. When gold is coming in, gold is coming in, contract currency and credit when gold is going out. When gold is going out. Okay, this system is correct that this equilibrium is the balance of payments. Balance of payments. Okay, and exchange rate stability will be maintained. So it must be noted that is there instability in the exchange rate. It would result in the outflow. Result outflow or inflow of gold resulting unfavorable balance of payment. The unfavorable balance of payments. Stable exchange rates are advocated. That's all. Next one is third one is price stability. Third one, price stability. So the economists like Christopher Castle and Keynes suggested. Yaar suggest pannupanga? Christopher Castle and Keynes. ரெண்டு பேரும் சஜெஸ்ட் பண்றாங்க பிரைஸ் ஸ்டெபிலைசேஷனோட மெயின் அப்ஜெக்டிவ் என்ன அப்படின்னா மானிட்டரி பாலிசி அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. ஓகே, சோ மானிட்டரி பாலிசி. So price stability is considered the most genuine objective of monetary policy. Price stability ku price stability oda most genuine objective enna appadina monetary policy dama. So stable prices removes the public confidence. Then it promotes the business activity and ensure equitable distribution. Okay, equitable distribution of income and wealth. That's all. So as the consequence, there is a general wave of prosperity and welfare in the community. But it is admitted that price stability does not mean price rigidity, okay, or price stagnation. In the word. So the mild increases in the price level provides the tonic for economic growth. இது வந்து ஒரு என்ன சொல்லலாம், tonic அப்படினே சொல்லலாம். ஓகேமா? So that keeps the virtuals of stable price. That's all. Then fourth one is the full employment. உங்களுக்கு வந்து full employment இருக்கும். எப்படி அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, during the world depression the problem of unemployment had increased rapidly. So it was regarded as socially dangerous and economically wasteful. Okay, socially dangerous and economically எப்படி இருக்கும், wasteful. Okay, so morally demoral. So thus full employment was considered as the main goal of monetary policy. So the publication of Keynes general theory of employment. General theory of employment. Okay. So employment. Theory of employment. So interested and money in 1936. So the objective of full employment gained full support as chief objective of monetary policy. Okay. Then next one, fifth one is economic growth. Economic growth. So economic growth is the process whereby the real per capita income, okay, country increases over a long period of time. Okay, ma? Real per capita income of a country increases over a long period, of time. So implies the increases the total physical or real production of goods, satisfaction of human wants. That's all. Satisfaction of human wants. Okay. Then next sixth one is equilibrium in the balance of payments. Equilibrium in the balance of payments. So equilibrium in the balance of payments, another objective of monetary policy with emerged significant post-war years. Okay, significant in the post-war years. Okay, that's all. This is simplified to the international liquidity on the account of growth. International liquidity in the account of growth. Okay, so it was held the increasing deficit in the balance of payment reduces of the economic achieve both other objectives. That's all. Okay, thank you students. Thank you so much.